Welcome to this video where I will highlight a couple of the latest KnowledgeSmart enhancements. So the very first thing you'll notice when you look at the KnowledgeSmart tools is that we have launched a brand new interface. So you will now be able to toggle between the different tools within the KnowledgeSmart platform, from the assessment side to the survey side, and then over to the skills matrix side. And of course, we're launching or looking to launch our skills matrix tool around the end of summer. So that's very exciting. The next thing that you might notice if you haven't looked at our tools for a while is that we have some brand new content. So we have launched some brand new BIM 360 design, collaboration and document management content. We have also updated, if we just do a little search here for 2020 content, we have introduced some new questions as part of our 2020 library refresh. So you will notice some fresh content to look at and consider. So that is very exciting, and that's across Revit architecture, Revit MEP, Revit structure. The next thing that I thought I would highlight is a lot of companies have the need to slightly customize an assessment, or maybe add in a new module, or even just tweak the wording of a couple of questions. So we have introduced a brand new tool called the Batch Edit Question Export tool, which now allows that process to take place in a more streamlined way. So once you have taken an export of an assessment and made your edits, you can then bring it back in that same file format via the Batch Edit area over here. Next up, I'll highlight our consolidated data export. So within a couple of minutes, you are able to get an export of all your KnowledgeSmart data in one Microsoft Excel file. And that of course paves the way for the analysis work that is done inside our Power BI template. So we now have two versions of our Power BI template, and you can choose which template to work with based on your experience level with Power BI. Advanced Power BI template menu, and the first thing you'll notice is there are 37 visualizations for you to choose from. You can work through the dedicated menu areas, and of course you're free to customize and personalize as needs be. So here you can very quickly identify which training tags were a priority for your team, and we do include some really interesting scorecard visualizations. So this is available as part of your KnowledgeSmart subscription. In contrast, our Getting Started Power BI template has only the beginners and intermediate area, so that might be more applicable if you are a beginner Power BI user or have less advanced data analysis requirements. Next up, let's take a look at summary emails. We introduced a way for administrators to stay in touch with what is happening on the platform. So here they can set the frequency of these emails going out, or they can simply view it now or send it now. So quite a lot of flexibility there. Let's open up an example of that. Just a quick summary report that administrators can get once a month. We also made it easier for companies to map to other company data, so bring in user data fields from HR systems, for example, and that can easily be done via our Manage User area. And we also have the ability to capture additional information from users via a drop-down list. So that of course is under user data fields, which allows us to then also group our data dynamically within the platform. In support of the current pandemic and COVID-19 and general trend for a lot of users to work from home, we also included a new digital proctoring message under the UI options, which can of course then be switched on here. And here is an example of that message that will then appear for the user, just reminding the user that we do capture information which helps us understand how much time they took to complete the assessment, what their IP address was, what date they logged into the system, the amount of times that they logged into the assessment portal. So just reminding them that we are capturing that information and thanking them for their commitment to complete the assessment without assistance. Recently, we've also brought enhancement to how we can move data from one account to another. So we now have the ability to select the users that we want to move to a different linked account, and we will have the invites, the results, and any data linked to that user move in one streamlined process to the next linked account that you specify. The next thing, of course, to highlight is that we did refresh our entire assessment portal. So here is what users can expect from the new assessment portal. And then, of course, some enhancement to the report summary that is shared with users. There is a lot of focus at the moment in terms of how to streamline training initiatives, with a lot of users once again working from home or within a remote environment. So through the KnowledgeSmart links to learning feature, you can easily append or link in any company specific training documents or even videos, so that when users receive their assessment reports, they are immediately guided to review the appropriate or applicable training content. Now let's move over to our survey side just for a moment. It has become really popular to append a KnowledgeSmart survey to a KnowledgeSmart assessment. This allows you to capture some more subjective feedback from your users, which can then of course be analyzed in conjunction with your assessment results. So we have included 2 example surveys in your library, one called Digital Transformation Survey and the other one called Remote Working Survey, and this of course can be used as is or customized as required. It is of course under the test settings, step 4 of the edit test process, where you would then just go and select the appropriate survey to append to your assessment, and therefore the user will be prompted to complete the survey at the end of the assessment in one streamlined process. From a support perspective, we have introduced a brand new support help desk where you can search for video content or worksheets or even solutions that might be helpful for you. You can also log a support ticket. We have an extensive knowledge base area where you can view any relevant content, and we've grouped the content for you based on the topic that you might be focused on at that time. Our monthly publication called KnowledgeSmart Touch helps you stay in touch with our latest developments, enhancements, and any other relevant, helpful material that we have sourced to support you in your assessment plan and training and development plans. So this publication goes out on a monthly basis and helps us stay connected with our customers. Now let's talk briefly about what is coming soon and other developments that we're working on. So as you can see, we will be bringing great enhancement to the user profile area within the platform, and that will pave the way forward for our release of our skills matrix tool. We will soon be going live with our brand new self-invite tool, which users will be able to access from within their user profile, and here users will be able to then invite themselves to applicable assessments and surveys. So if we take a look at that workflow, we will select the appropriate assessment that we want to invite ourselves to and click Add to Self-Invite. Users will then be able to initiate the assessment portal from their My Assessments submenu. So here we can see that invite that I've just deployed, and I simply click the assessment name to be then taken straight into the assessment portal. So that will be helpful where administrators do not have the time to issue out email invites or do not want to make use of email invites. Users will then be able to use this method to complete the assessment process. We are, of course, still very excited about our integration with the Pinnacle Series platform from Eagle Point Software, and many of our joint customers have seen the real benefit in making their training initiatives a lot more targeted or personalized based on the skill gaps identified. But the interesting thing here is it's not only about skill gaps. Through the results of the skills assessment plans, they have also identified growth areas for certain employees and really take advantage of innovative features like work groups, for example, where customers have set up targeted work groups based on the data that they were able to analyze after the assessment plan. So very excited. This integration is definitely something that we'll continue to be working on and enhancing further, and we are very happy with the progress that we're seeing in industry where clients are taking advantage of this integrative solution. So just for those of you that haven't actually seen this integration in action, there is a dedicated area within the Pinnacle Series management utility called Learning Path and Assessment Assignments. And once you select that, you're taken over to this area called KnowledgeSmart Assessments, where you're able to assign an assessment. And of course, you first just select the assessment name, and then you can add your users by role, by username, or by status. You can add an expiry date as you would have been before, and you can also assign personalized training automatically with a due date from within this platform. Once they've completed their assessments, you can also easily manage that process afterwards by viewing your score data, by reviewing whether training would be required based on the results of the skills assessment, and of course you can assign training manually from here or resend an assessment if required. So as I said, very exciting to see how companies are taking advantage of this integrative solution, and we look forward to working with our partners at Eagle Point Software to make sure that our customers are seeing value in the solution every step of the way. Both KnowledgeSmart and Eagle Point Software, from a Pinnacle Series perspective, of course have dedicated customer success managers who look after your implementation and make sure that you get that necessary momentum that you're looking for as you maximize value in the solution. As part of our ongoing integration with Pinnacle Series, we will also be looking at enhancing our Autodesk Construction Cloud assessment offering over the next couple of months. We are closely listening to customer feedback and looking at developing trends within the AEC industry. And we have seen a huge uptake of the BIM 360 tools, as well as PlanGrid and Assemble systems from Autodesk. So we will be enhancing that content within our platform fairly soon. Thank you for watching this video around the latest enhancements within the KnowledgeSmart platform. We really appreciate your attention today, and we are enjoying the journey of constantly expanding and enhancing the KnowledgeSmart tools in alignment with the feedback that we receive from our customers and industry at large.